Welcome, everybody, to our Monday night GBO training call. I'm so glad, and I hope this call finds every single one of you doing very, very well. It is Monday, July the 31st, 2017, and I absolutely am about to jump out of my skin to get this information into each one of your hands. Some days in all of our businesses, we have days where we reach out. We just seem to make the right call at the right time to the right person, and I can't even begin to tell you why, but I had such a tremendous experience myself using the Bodimetrics device personally this past weekend. And the more I got to looking at it, the more I thought, most of you know I'm in the software field, so I thought I need to see if I have the current version. Well, when I uploaded the current version, I discovered that there was something that was new on the device. Well, what I didn't realize or recognize is that there's even more new that's coming onto the device. And so I reached out, I went to Bodimetrics.com, began reading, and as luck would have it, I reached out, I left a message as the instructions on the site told me to, and lucky for me and lucky for all of you GBOs at Global Rescue Direct, I got my hands on the Chief Operating Officer and founder, Mr. Neil Friedman. And after conversing with Mr. Friedman for, 10 minutes or so, maybe not even that long, I was about to jump out of my skin. I thought I had got to get this information to every GBO out there. Guys, and I'm going to use his words combined with myself and my own personal experience. We have done an extraordinarily poor job of marketing one of the most profound tools in the medical industry today. And shame on me and probably shame on each one of us as we go through and we discuss this with our customers. It is absolutely unbelievable what we have our hands on. So I picked up the phone about 30 minutes ago, and I asked Mr. Friedman if he would be kind enough to share what he shared with me with each of you. And he was so gracious to do just that. I mean, ask yourself, guys, how often is it that you can get the founder and chief operating officer of a Bodimetrics device or of a company to take his time, and he knows his product like the back of his hand. So I, at this time, would love each one of you from your office, from your car, wherever you're calling in from, to give a big, fat welcome, Global Rescue Direct welcome to Mr. Neil Friedman, founder of Bodimetrics. Neil, are you with us this evening?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great, Neil. I can hear you great. And thank you. I'm going to thank you on behalf of all the GBOs on the call this evening. Thank you so much for taking the time to share this message, because at the end of the day, like I told you, we are the ones that convey the strength of this powerful tool to our customers, and shame on us. I've not done the best I could do on this out of ignorance. So would you spend the next few minutes educating us, and the call is yours, Neil, so take it away.
Okay. Obviously, I wasn't prepared for this evening, so hopefully I will do a good job for all of you, but I think that better than my job, it's really the Bodimetrics device, and frankly, the Bodimetrics device today is the most disruptive piece of technology in medicine right now. And as Denise said, exactly what happened was that Denise called me today, and we have several additional devices on our that Bodimetrics today makes, and Denise was questioning me about one of the other ones, and I explained to her, for the purposes of who you are, you have that most disruptive and most powerful device today available to the consumer/general wellness world. And I, frankly, as Denise was very candid, I said I didn't think that Global did a great job with my device. And I began to tell Denise a little bit about what's going on with us. And just to let you know, our device today is in the White House. And it went to the Middle East with the president. It's being used at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York in their myeloma area. All their myeloma patients use it. It's being used at Cornell Weill. It's being used at Cedar-Sinai. I'm meeting with the head of what is known as the DHA, which is the Defense Health Administrator for the United States, which oversees both the DOD and the VA, and they're looking at potentially bringing this into this area, and I'll explain to you why. Denise called me, and I started telling Denise about the device, and I said to her, and I was making the comparisons about the other device, and I said to her, well, you now have respiration on your device. And she didn't realize that. And so, first of all, you can all upgrade your device today. And one of the additional features is that you have respiration on it. And you also, all of the different categories are now under your name. But the thing that I really told Denise was the most powerful thing that was coming was the Rothman Index. And the Rothman Index was written up 8 weeks ago in Forbes magazine. And it's considered the number one analytical predictive algorithm in the world. And just to give you some ideas of how powerful this algorithm is, the Yale Health System credits it with a reduction in mortality of 30%. Houston Methodist credits it with a 32% reduction in mortality. The Orlando Regional Medical Center, it reduced ICU transfers by 40%, and it's now in 60 hospitals across the United States. And Bodimetrics has merged with the Rothman Index sister company, Alive Sciences, and the Rothmans have created for Bodimetrics a new predictive algorithm. And it's so much a part of what today is all about because it's actually your algorithm. It's you. Instead of being told how you fit into a group of numbers, this is a personal index about you. It's basically, we call it See My Trend, a personal wellness index. And it's, sometimes people are wondering, I want you to be aware that the reason why this algorithm was so successful is, you can have the greatest metrics in the world, but if you don't have the questions from the algorithm interwoven with the metrics, then you really don't know what's going on with your health. And that's how the Rothman Index reduced mortality in all of these different places. And now what we've done is we've created the Personal Wellness Index, which will be part of your Bodimetrics device. It'll be just a pull down on your tab. And what will happen is that you will take two functions on your Bodimetrics device. You'll take a body check and a temperature reading, and you'll say, See My Trend, and then you'll answer 14 questions, true or false. And in 20 seconds, they will go to the cloud and come back and actually give you an index score of your health. At the same time, your physician, caregiver, provider, global rescue will get in a whole predictive chart of your health that will essentially predict your health prior to it happening. So in other words, it's an early warning sign, you might say. Hopefully it's not an early warning, but it gives the ability to know ahead of time what's going on with you. And it's totally new. We launched it actually at the IAGG conference last week in San Francisco, and the reaction was incredible. And as I said, the DHA now wants to put this in, and I think will become very likelihood will be part of the VA. And it's an incredible thing to be able to have your score about what your health is all about. And it's quite revolutionary, and it'll be part of your device. There's an upcharge for that on the app. It's approximately $100 for a year's subscription. We haven't negotiated yet, frankly, with Global Rescue, so I really don't know what the cost is. I'm just shooting numbers at you. I also told Denise, just so you're aware, that we have another device that is selling extremely well. It's called the O2 Vibe, and the O2 Vibe is for people with sleep apnea. And I don't know if you're aware, sleep apnea is caused by a lack of oxygen in your blood. So you wear this device on your wrist, and you wear a patented new thumb sensor on your thumb, and you set the level of blood oxygen, for example, to 90%, and if it drops below 90%, it vibrates, and it actually gets you to roll over and inhale oxygen. And it's really a remarkable device, and we're also going to be talking to Global Rescue to potentially have it for you at a special price for your customers also, if you'd like. And we're here to help you in any which way that we can. That's basically it.
You know, Mr. Friedman, or Neil, as I've been talking to you so many times, thank you, Neil. You know, you said something that I thought was so profound, that this is one of the biggest changes in medicine in 10 years. And, you know, what I saw when you said that, Neil, and correct me if I'm wrong, was I'm thinking, okay, you can take all of the data in the world, you can build all the charts in the world, but until you parallel that and give it to physicians and get it to them, you know,
you're right, lady. That's exactly what this is all about. There's so much data out. For the first time, we have organized the data, and we've organized the data about you. That's what it's all about. Exactly.
And I loved that because, you know, you know, we all run around here, and Neil and I were talking to him about this. I said, Fitbit is great. It's elementary. It's child's play compared to Bodimetrics combined with Global Rescue. Okay, You've got other services out there that will, you know, give you basically an emergency button to call mom or call a family member. Well, that doesn't do you a whole lot of good when you're in the middle of something. If mom can't do a whole lot about your health 200 miles away, you know what I'm saying? So,
yep.
I just saw this, Neil, as being so much bigger, and you did indicate, Neil, that there would be a video available in a couple of weeks for each of the users. Am I correct with that?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, Neil, guys, you hang on the phone if you would.
It will be just so you know, it will be available on your device in 2 weeks.
That is exciting.
I'll make sure that Denise knows about it. And I've sent Denise some information about it. And I guess use Denise. Put any questions that you have to Denise, and I'll be more than glad to answer them. Is there any questions right now? I'll answer any questions that somebody may have if they'd like to.
If anybody has a question, you're welcome to text me at my number real quick while we have Neil on the phone for a couple of minutes. Neil, we mute the lines because of background noise.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No problem at all. But that's a great suggestion, guys. Any questions that you may have, please send it to me. Neil's more than willing to answer them. And once we're going to all be stronger for it in the end, getting all of our questions, and they're very, very valuable.
And you're putting that information I sent you on your website?
Absolutely. That's exactly where I was going with that, Neil. Neil sent me 3 nice documents. He sent me the Personal Wellness Index from Bodimetrics and Alive Sciences that we are going to be expecting over the next couple of weeks. He sent me some information on the Rothman, that's ROTH, M as in Mary, A-N as in Nancy, Index, and also the Forbes magazine article. I will put that back in our back office and let each one of you know where you can find that on our Wednesday night webinar. But it will be available this evening in the back office under your tools, okay? One question, Neil, that has come in is along the lines of, will there ever be the opportunity to track or to teach to track blood sugar? Do you have anything in work? And that seems to be a common thing with the number of persons in America struggling with diabetes.
And it's a great question. And frankly, today we were actually at a hospital system, and after we actually had a demonstration of what I briefly told you about, the first question was, what do you have for diabetes? So I'll tell you what we have for diabetes, but it will be probably, I would say, in the next 3 months, we actually have a saliva test for diabetes, and the results will be integrated into our app also. So you actually can swab. It's a swab, a saliva swab. that you can use, and it's revolutionary. And we launched it also in San Francisco, to be honest with you. So it was a great question, and thanks for a great lead-in.
Oh, wow. Well, great job there.
And that
Jake.
is gigantic. That is gigantic. So you won't have to. It's potentially a substitute for pricking yourself.
Wow, that is just absolutely tremendous. I'm getting my phone is dinging. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? All these comments are coming in. So, Neil, I'm telling you, this was just like breathtaking. What it did for me today personally is it solidified that, we take great pride, the leaders in our company, along with Dan and his staff, we all take such great pride at, number one, having the best physicians, accessible to 24/7.
Sure.
Then we combine it with your Bodimetrics device, and once we all know that we have that power in our hands, Neil, I just, our solution becomes stronger and stronger. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Of course.
If I'm talking to somebody about my device, and I feel about my device, I often tell people that what they should always do, and is, of course, we're trying to be proactive about our health. So you wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, then you go to a quiet place, and you take a body check with our device. And if you take a body check, now, with the addition of what we have, you actually get a heart rate, your respiration, your EKG, your blood oxygen, your rate pressure product, your systolic blood pressure, all in 20 seconds. You really know if you're good to go that day. And I would tell people about the device and saying to them, you can be proactive about your health and really get that snapshot of yourself. And also the other thing that I would like to recommend is that when you do that snapshot of your health, you do it at the same time under the same conditions. Yes.
That's a great suggestion. And, we do it.
And then lastly, one last thing. And then the other thing I tell people about the greatness of this device is, God forbid, tomorrow morning you woke up and you weren't feeling well, and you called your doctor and he said, get in there quickly. Potentially, you can capture the event and have the needle in the haystack with the device.
Wow.
And that's something to really talk to people about, and for you as an individual to realize that you have that in your hand today.
Yeah, absolutely. This just keeps getting better and better. And as I stop and I think about it, Neil, think about this. We take so much pride when we get in our car. What do we look at? We turn the key and we look at the dashboard. That tells us whether or not that car is healthy enough to leave that driveway. And
good
this
analogy,
is basically. Dawn. Say it again, Neil.
I said good analogy. You just created a great analogy.
Exactly. So now we know whether we're in good enough shape to get on with our day. I just think this is huge. This is so tremendous. Wow. Well, yeah, it's hard for me to explain. I mean, this is really, really exciting. Are there any closing thoughts that you might want to mention to the team, Neil?
Listen, I will make myself available to you to help you. That's all I can tell you.
You know what? You believe me, honey, the last 5 hours I am about to jump out of my skin. I could not wait to get this information conveyed because to your point, and my apologies to the team, I had no idea. But you know what? You can't help what you don't know, but let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You've got some people here that once we know, now we can convey the message to other people, and it's almost like not an option for people to have alongside Global Rescue. So,
by the way, just to let you know, this technology, the personal wellness index that I've spoken to you about, and people have just been waiting for it. But many large corporations are using it they're going to be using it in their corporate wellness programs and adopting it there, and also corporations for their self-insured employees. So it's going to really explode because there is no personal wellness index available today.
This is amazing. Well, you talk about being on the edge of the cutting edge of technology.
You're there. Yeah, that's why I was frustrated with all of you, to be honest with you.
Well, you know what? That's okay. We didn't know.
I know. I'm there. I'm there to help. I meant that in a very positive mode.
Exactly. Absolutely. Well, you're talking to the right group that moves the device through what we do, as we convey. So your time is not going to be wasted, Neil. I can assure you of that. And
okay. My pleasure.
I want to thank you immensely for taking a few minutes with us this evening, Neil. We'll be in touch soon. I have no doubt.
Okay. Take care. Have a good night, everybody.
You bet. You take care,
Bye-bye.
Neil. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. So I hope that right there was just like a wake-up call to each of you. I felt so inadequate to so many of the people that I've talked to that, quite frankly, it's, some of them I'm going to reach back out and touch. So there is no question, and I'm not so sure that we don't come something off of the alignment of, like Lloyd just said, have you said wow yet? Like the Bodimetrics device says. That Bodimetrics device does not do it any justice. I think each one of us can understand that. But I think as we're talking to people that we make the analogy, the first thing you do when you get in your car is you check the control panel of the car. This is the control panel for your body. So if you're good with going flying blindly, maybe you don't need it. But I'm no longer going to fly blindly. I'm telling you, it is absolutely. But when he was talking to me today, team, about the Rothman index, well, I'm very detail oriented. I know that's surprising to many of you, but it's just kind of the way I roll. But I began looking into it. And all of this, the Rothman index is after two brothers who lost their mother tragically because the conveying of the buildup didn't happen, and they could not save her when they got her to the hospital. So that's why, we always talk about how out of necessity things are engineered, and this is exactly why this device or this algorithm has been engineered. So I'm super excited about it to know what we're on the cutting edge. Literally, there's not another device in the market today. There's a lot of hype, but there is absolutely no device with sound evidence. They're more like toys and games, but we have the real deal, and we've had it for over a year in many of our cases, and it's time that we pick up our bootstraps and convey this. And like Neil was saying, they gather all of this information, guys. It is so, I'm going to teach the Bodimetrics device as part of the training on this Wednesday night webinar. So if you have yours, grab it, okay? But, I'll tell those of you that are on the training call this evening, if you want to upgrade the version of software on your device, it's very simple. You don't even need Wi-Fi. It will work through Bluetooth. Okay, so turn on your Bluetooth on your cell phone, smartphone, and on your Bodimetrics device. When you turn the main page, make it go to the second page, and Bluetooth is on the second page. So if Bluetooth is on your smartphone, it will be able to find it, and it will be able to talk to one another, talk to them, and it will begin the download of the new version and upload onto the Bodimetrics device. It's very, very, very normal in today's world of uploading and downloading software. Very simple, okay? And that's where I noticed that the new additional icon on the desktop, or on the little Bodimetrics device desktop. So a little bit longer call this evening. I hope it has been incredibly helpful to you all. We're just beginning this relationship. On your smartphone, you may want to make certain that you have the Bodimetrics app on your smartphone, because that's how it's going to operate. Many people did not even know there was an app for the smartphone. Okay, so download your Bodimetrics app onto your smartphone and add it to your page where you keep up with all of your medical resources. Okay, and then two final closing points, and then I'll let you go. I know you're tired. You've had a Monday. The first one, I'm more and more convinced, and I'm looking for feedback from you guys. I discovered on Saturday morning about 1:15, when I had to use the Bodimetrics device, and for the prescription they called in, I went to Blink Health. Okay, We, up to now, have been using GoodRx as our video. I'm not so sure, and I'm looking for feedback from you guys because you all are very valuable parts of this team. The Blink Health video is about 40 seconds, and it's powerful, y'all. Blink Health actually pays you a referral fee when they, as the consumer will save $15 on their first prescription, and you get a $15 credit to your next prescription. I'm not so sure we don't go that route. They do not pay anybody. They don't advertise a lot like GoodRx does, and we all know, just like with our Step 2 or our Christian Healthcare Ministry solution in our Triangle, that's how we save a lot of money, is through letting people like you and I advertise. So I'm highly and heavily considering changing the GoodRx video to Blink Health and would appreciate your feedback on that. Positives, negatives, be frank with me. And because Blink Health is another referral source, Blink Health gives you a $15 credit as that new person gets their credit. And you have a link that is your link and specific to you, just like Christian Healthcare Ministries and just like Global Rescue. So I've kind of made it a game of this healthcare situation. And just to point it out to you, my $394 prescription cost me $25 through Blink Health. Just saying. So it jazzed me. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind. And then finally, I wanted to make certain that you all know next Monday night we are going to begin. That'll take us through the rest of the year. And you guys can probably hardly believe we are less than 5 months from Christmas. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But we are going to begin a 21-week series on the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by Dr. John Maxwell. They are phenomenal. We have been living by them. I can almost quote them to you. I love them, and they have not failed me yet. And so if you can capture these laws, I can tell you this, that the laws of leadership, when you discover the principles of these, you will build and transform your life, and people will follow. So you guys are awesome. I hope that this has helped you. It's been a longer Monday night call, but I hope it has been incredibly valuable. Appreciate you. Take this message to the world, guys. We are seeing some big savings coming through the pipeline for families. So God bless each one of you. I hope it's added value to your life. It's Monday night from Lake Tawakoni, Texas. You guys take care, and God bless. We'll see you Wednesday night on the webinar. Bye-bye.